Jay, I saw a portion of a clip circulating on social media from a woman of a different ethnicity talking about black women. And she said that black women are winning because of, our looks, our bodies, etc. But she said that we would be winning more if we had a more softer approach. So what do you think about that?
I totally agree. Yeah, man, we always say black don't crack, and we honoring the fact that you look at the Angela Bassett's of the world, who was 65 years old, looking the way she looked. I don't think that she had any major work done. Jada Pickett's mom, who was in her 70s, looking the way she looked. And you can go down the whole rabbit hole of that type of thing, but nobody questions whether or not our sisters look good, set the standard. A lot of people want to, shape their bodies to be like them, but they're always so hard rock towards, their kids, their adult, their spouses, to the world. And it's not the angry black woman syndrome thing, because everybody's going to run to that. No, some things it's always a condition for you to be a full woman, or for you to be in full womanhood. The women who always had to think is like, well, you got to make me feel like I can be that. Nobody should have to make you feel like you got to be a woman. Same thing, like nobody should make you feel like you got to be a man. Now you got women who try to make a man feel like he's not a man, and it's your job to correct that. You know what I'm saying? But even still, do I got to whoop a woman's ass for her to feel that way? No, that makes me weaker. Or if we can't have the understanding that I'm a man and you're not going to treat me as such, I don't need to be around you. But I can't shift and change who I am because of you, or because you acting an ass and you ain't acting the way you're supposed to be acting towards me, or more importantly, giving me respect in that space. But our sisters, we look at, and again, we've been through hell. But when you start to think about our Latino sisters, you know what I'm saying? When we do the research, they've been through it too, because they're black. If you go back, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just was in another place, and then a different invader got them. You know what I'm saying? The English people brought the people over to America, but the Portuguese slave owners brought them over to where they was at, in South America. And so they speak Spanish, or they speak Portuguese version of Spanish, and that's why they're who they are, and those are the people who were mixing with their mothers and their great grandmothers and stuff like that. And that's all is the difference. But a lot of them came from the same places we came from. And so but they are taught to be women first, and to be like, hey, being a woman, that portion is so much power in just being 100% feminine. You can bring kingdoms down, or raise kingdoms up by just being a woman. You ain't got to curse at nobody. You ain't got to throw your set up. You ain't got to do none of that shit. And you can actually do that by just being a woman. And so I want our sisters to actually know that and remind themselves that they have this power. And we can do a job of reminding them as well. This is a part of that. You do have that power. I appreciate the sister, even though she was Latino, I believe. She said it, and more people should say it. But that should be circulated more. But what I don't want is our sister to take it wrong. Who she thinks she is saying it. That's a psychological problem with you. You can't take a compliment. People who can't take compliments psychologically wrong. And then the people who are so-called winning, the sisters, all of them has got this nasty stink scowl on their face. The Ebony K. Williams of the world, beautiful woman, can't knock her beauty, but I'm sure she's the woman who's not smiling when somebody say, hey, beautiful, if it ain't the person who she want to say, hey, beautiful. Motherfucker just spoke to you. Smile at him. You know what I'm saying? Or you always, every time you're being shown on camera, you're like, and that's supposed to be a sense of power. When you just step in a room looking the way you look, and you can break the whole room. Real women know that. And our sisters are no less. actually it can be a whole lot more. Step into that power, step into that energy. Trust me, the world will follow you, men included. The world will follow you. But that's how I feel about it. I think it was I totally agree with what the young lady said.